Hey guys, welcome back. It's Coach Bob at CrossFit Glen Burnie, and today we are going over the CrossFit math wizardry in selecting the right weights on your barbell. So stay tuned for that. Guys, welcome back. What we're going to do is we're going to take a look at a chart that we have in the gym that we like to use to calculate our percentages for our weightlifting. Let's take a look at that chart. So in the gym, just to the left of the barbells, you're going to see this max rep chart. And across the top, we have percentages from 95% all the way down to 60%. And on the left-hand side, we have the weight that represents your 1 rep max. So if I zoom in here a little bit, what we're going to be able to do is we're going to be able to take a look at a 1 rep max. So let's say that you had a pretty good idea that you could do a one front squat that weighed 125 pounds. If it was more than that, you wouldn't be able to do it. It's your max 1 rep max, right? So it's the most you could do for 1 repetition. If you don't know what your 1 rep max is, we're going to answer that question too today. So stay tuned for that part. But let's say you know what your 1 rep max is. You can use this chart. So you got 125 and you know that's your 1 rep. And then you can read across the top and find out what your percentages are going to be for that. So let's say we wanted to know 80% of 125. I could just read across and find the column 80%. And here I have 100 pounds. So pretty quick, pretty easy. We don't want to do too much math while we're in the gym, right? We're working out. We know that 100 pounds on the bar is going to be that 80% mark on that. So that's great if we know what our 1 rep max is. We can figure out these percentages pretty easy. But if we don't know our 1 rep max, then we need some more information to be able to figure that out. So let's take a look at another chart that I have. All right, this chart represents your repetition maxes. So in the first column is the number of repetitions that you do of that movement. Everything from 1 all the way to 30. And I picked out some specific numbers that have nice percentages related to them. So we know that if we were able to do a weight 1 time, we know automatically that's our 1 rep max. So end of the day, we know what it is. We just lifted 125 pounds and we couldn't go any heavier. Well, that might not be the best way to figure out your 1 rep max. Let's say that you knew that you could do the weight on the barbell about 7, 8 times, 8 repetitions maybe. But you couldn't do 9. So you put 100, let's say you put about 100 pounds on the bar and you're able to do 8 repetitions and you stop because you know that if you tried to do 9, it probably wouldn't happen. You get stuck at the bottom and you wouldn't be able to get up. You have to dump the bar forward. So if you know that your 8 rep max is 100 pounds, then that represents 80% of your 1 rep max. Now that you have that information, you've got the magic that's going to be able to tell you what your 1 rep max is. So you would go to the 80% column. You would come down, find your 8 rep max, which is going to be your 100 pounds, and then read over to the left, and magically it turns it into the 1 rep max, which is 125. So let's go back to this chart and we'll take another example just so we can follow along with this. Another popular weightlifting repetition is 5 reps. Let's say today we're going to do back squats, 5 sets of 5. We want everyone to work up to a heavy set of 5. By set 4 and set 5, you should have a pretty good idea at that point how many pounds or what the load on the barbell is for your 5 rep max. Now, it might not be your ultimate max, but you know it's heavy, right? And you know that you're able to do 5 repetitions. Maybe you could do that 6th repetition and you re-rack the bar knowing that it's pretty close. So that's going to represent 85%. So now that you have that, let's say that we did our 5 sets of 5 back squat. Let's pick a number. What were you able to do for 5 reps? Okay, 135, let's say. So let's say we did our back squat and we were able to do 135 pounds for 5 reps. Now, 85% is our number here on this chart. We're going to go over to the chart we have on the wall. We're going to find the 85% column. Here it is. And we're just going to read down until we find 135. Here's 132. Here's 136. If you keep 136 is pretty close to 135, and we read across, and that would predict that your 1 rep max would be about 160. So what you can do is you can use these charts to help you to figure out what your 1 rep max is, and to also pretty easily figure out your percentages for the barbells. So there's a lot of goodness in this chart. Now in the gym, I actually wrote with a Sharpie marker these other numbers across the top. So your 1 rep, your 2 rep, your 3, your 5, 8, 10. I might have put a 15 in here for 65 and 20 rep. And that I just wrote right across on the top of the chart. So you have both charts in some sense there. And what you can do, let's say, go back to our example. We know we got 5 rep max right here. I've written in a Sharpie marker 5 RM, 5 rep max. So you can find that column. You can come down, find your 135, and now you know what your 1 rep max is. Now let's say that you did your 5 rep max. That was the first part of the workout, and then we have a Metcon after that, where we're going to be moving the bar with some back squats, 20 repetitions. We want to be able to find a load on the barbell that we can do 20 times. Well, we know our 20 rep max using either the top column or this chart here is the 60% number. And we can come over here and find out, well, if we did 135 here for 5 reps, we would read all the way across to our 60% column over here, which is going to say 20 rep max. And we're going to find that that is going to be right here, 102 pounds, 100 pounds. Now, if I have a workout and each round has 20 repetitions, and if I'm intending on doing those unbroken, then 100 pounds is not the right answer, because that's going to be a max effort. And unless this thing only has 1 round in it and I am maxing out, I'm going to have to take some further percentage of this 100 in order to get something that I can do unbroken in the workout, or even comfortably be able to do 2 or 3 sets with minimal rest. Keep in mind, on the conditioning workouts, the emphasis is on the repetitions and completing the work that's listed in the workout, not taking long breaks like we would in a weightlifting workout. So there is a little bit of extra thinking that you want to do to give yourself a buffer whenever you're figuring out your percentages for a workout. Oftentimes, a coach will say something like, hey, this is a weight on the barbell. You could do 15 repetitions without too much trouble. So now knowing your percentages and how they relate, you can use this chart that we have in the gym to be able to dial in your percentages. So hopefully, guys, this information has been helpful to you. If you have any questions, we're happy to help. If this content is helpful for you, please smash the like button so that the YouTube algorithm can share it with other people who may also find it helpful. And if you're really liking the content, please make sure you subscribe, because we've got a lot more content coming that we would like to share with you. Take care, guys. Have a good day, and peace.